All right, everybody, welcome back to the Monster and Taz podcast. I'm your host, Taz. I want to introduce everybody today first before we go into the subject. We're going to start with my co-host, Monster. Say what's up.
Monster Mash in the house.
All right, we got Chill.
Yeah.
All right. We got Christopher Kendricks, Bloody Bad for You. Say what's up.
What's happening?
We got SHAWNTYGIRL.
What's up?
Okay. And we got T.
Yo, Duval.
All right, we got some new people. So SHAWNTYGIRL and T is the new people. So today is going to be the subject of work politics. Everybody has a story about some promotion you done missed or some pay you done missed that was favored by another person for whatever reason. It could be, I hate to say it, but it could be a skin color barrier. It could be that person, kissed the right butt or anything of that matter. It could be a gender-based thing. But whatever the case may be, we gonna talk about it today. Okay, I want to start off with Monster Mash, my co-host. Let's hear about your venture as far as work politics go.
Well, work politics, they play a different thing. Like me, I went through all kind of experiences, but I think the worst one was when I got denied a promotion that I had put a bid in on, and the person that got it made the statement, I've never been a supervisor or foreman. I'm like, how's you the foreman and you don't even have an experience for it? And I bid on the job and nobody even had a 5-minute conversation with me.
Damn.
Now, why do you think that they overlooked you in that instance?
Well, for one, out of everybody in the whole company, I was the only person in the whole company with a title. And I guess that like I said, politics, you should not be allowed to be a foreman when your girlfriend is working on the same shift as you.
Conflict of interest.
Yeah, it was that bad at that company. It was so bad that I racially got insulted. And they said they was going to do an investigation. And they deemed that I was not right. He was right. That the statement he said was appropriate. But yet and still, they supposedly wrote him up or something.
Sound more or less like they were trying to protect him.
Exactly.
Could be my opinion. Anybody got some feedback on that?
It's crazy.
That shit was fucked up.
You're never able to do that. You know what I'm saying? Work in the same place. As someone you are in a relationship with.
Yeah, conflict of interest, brother. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, Chill, have you had any experiences with any kind of, work politics where you was overlooked or anything of that matter?
Well, I got a few circumstances on that one.
Let us hear it, brother.
Well, first one I'll say, when it comes down to certain type of jobs where you depend on your job to make certain amount of money. So, you it's like a gateway to like sales, stuff like that. So I used to have a female boss. And so with her, she was one to kind of, she didn't mind, kind of what I say, getting involved with her employees, so to speak. So she would call like 1 o'clock in the morning. Hey, I need you to come pick me up. So, when you have when she controls the gate and you have a hard time saying no or whatever it may be to whatever she wants you to do, because, She controls that. So you don't saying no be like saying no to getting what you need on the job. So that's one of the secrets I've had. Then the other one I had where I was with one job. Now dig this now. I'm this is years ago. But I walked to do some, back then we had file cabinets.
Oh my God.
That's how old that is.
That was back in the day. So, now they go on the computer. But I was going to put shit in the cabinet and I bumped into this chick. And the next thing I know, they asking me to leave the job.
Oh shit! Sound like you're a sexual harassment type thing.
Yeah, she filed a sexual harassment. Said I bumped into her on purpose. I tried to touch her ass. I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me.
Yeah, man.
What does she look like? Honestly.
And let me tell you, not somebody I touched their ass on. That's for damn sure. She had no ass. Yeah, she had no ass at all. So why I want to touch that was no clue. But again, she said, but I wanted to say that too. I'm like, look, you got no ass. I don't touch your ass for. Yeah.
Oh man. Well, I mean, when it comes to that's actually touching the spiteful stories type thing. If somebody feel it, that's a dangerous situation when you on a job and you like somebody or anything of that nature. You gotta watch your step, man, because that sexual harassment thing is. And then if somebody don't like you, they can file that. So with sexual harassment on a job, that's kind of that's just a thin line, man. That's a thin line.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think that.
I
want to get to. I'll come to you, Chris, but I want to get to the new people. Terrence did give some feedback, but SHAWNTYGIRL, the only female on the panel. All right, let's get
I'm a tomboy though. I'm a tomboy.
Okay, well let's get.
But I am a female.
Let's get some feedback from you about job politics. Have you ever had a situation with that, or any kind of, sexual harassment or anything? You don't have to say no names. Please don't.
Yeah, I've had some harassment with a coworker before who was kind of like following me around, and it was kind of scary because this dude was like popping up when I would clock in. It was like he always knew when I was coming in the building or going somewhere, and I'm like, why is this dude always around?
Mm-hmm.
At first I didn't think nothing into it, but it became too consistent to make me question it, and I eventually had to say something because it was stuff he was saying to me because I worked with him. I worked under him. But that's a whole nother story I'm not even going to get into. But I'm just happy I spoke up about it because it ended the problem. And he was a married dude, too. But and he was of another race, which made it even more of a problem because I felt like, But for me, I have a lot of issues being I'm actually more Native American than any race, but I am a Black woman.
Mm-hmm.
And I run into this issue because I'm light-skinned, working with dark-skinned Black women.
Mm-hmm.
And for whatever reason, I don't have anything against, I'm happy anybody's hustle, you trying to make it out here in this world. But I wish we as Black women would stop putting our titles over each other. And I run into this issue whenever I go somewhere and somebody's like my manager, or they're of another position higher than me. It's like there's a constant competition game going on with, and it's just like, it's be so unnecessary. And it's like, look, woman, you a female, you got the same body parts I got, you just of another, your what you got going on for you might be different than me. But why are we constantly competing over who's better, who's smarter? Like, I'm sick of it. And I've dealt with so much of it. I be talking for days about it. But that is an issue. It is an issue. Us Black women need to stop competing with one another. It don't matter if you smarter. It don't matter if you graduated from a better college, whatever. You got a man, you married. I don't care. Like, just go to work and do our job.
That's because amongst us, You know, we had that crab. Well, not all of us. I'm sorry. Some of us had that crab in the barrel mentality. It's just an issue that needs to be, because the older you get, the less you care about that shit. You start to take life day by day. Not caring who has the most and this and that. Because the stuff that I used to be into when I was a kid, I'm not into that anymore. But that's just me. So, Chris, my man, job politics. You got to share it with us, man. Any kind of job politics that done happened to you, man. Whew.
Well, shit, I live in Georgia, so shit is different. They work on their own shit down here.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, for real, Georgia got their own set of everything. Laws, rules, shit.
So,
and most of these companies, down here, they family orientated.
It's a lot of independent jobs and stuff down there. Entrepreneurship.
Yeah, a lot of people are starting their own shit because, like I was saying, that work etiquette shit is really just all out of fucking proportion. Because goddamn, you can't really do shit or say shit because you either looking at a motherfucker wrong or you saying the wrong shit.
Sexual
and
harassment.
they like, you say, you like for instance, you hear a lot of these women out there when they're talking to themselves or to another woman, you know what they refer to themselves as? A bitch. But yet, let a man holler that.
Mm-hmm.
Let a man holler that.
That's politics within itself.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But why you call yourself a bitch? Right. Why you call yourself a bitch, but I can't call you a bitch? But it's different when you say it. What you mean?
I'm saying it the same way you saying it. SHAWNTYGIRL, any feedback on that?
They ain't heard that song by Pop. They wonder why they call you bitch.
And you know what? And then on the other side of the coin with that, not saying all, but there's some Caucasian people that ask us that same question. They go, well, how come you guys could call each other the N-word and we can't call you that? But see, the thing is, it's a ER behind it or a behind it.
There's a difference.
Yeah, it's politics within that too. But it just depends how you look at it. So as far as I go, I'm gonna share a story so we can I do security, and I had acquired a job at the airport. That's a very important job as far as security. So, make a long story short, I had been there for a long time, and then they started looking at me as doing manager stuff. Can you do a little scheduling? Can you come in on your off days? Can you write this person up? I'm like, okay, so I'm just accepting that. So I'm doing it or whatnot. Then a position come up where it's an upper position. I'll be in charge of the guards. So I said, I'm a shoe in for this because I got experience in it. I was with them for a whole year. Then this younger cat comes in, and he hadn't been there for 3 months. We both put in for the job. He gets the job. So I pull the manager to the side, and I'm like, yo, what is up with this? Oh, well, and forgive me for saying this, again, I have nothing against, military at all. I'm proud of your service. I love what you do or what you did. But they said because he was ex-military, he was better for the job. I said, but I had already been doing the things that the position is required for me to do. How can he come in just because of a military service and get the job over me? They said that was the issue. So I said, all right, I left it alone. Then one day, the guy that had got the position, he showed them a different side of himself, coming in drunk all the time. and they ended up letting him go. And then the guy that gave him the job said, "Oh man, I expected more of my vets and this and that." And I said again, it doesn't matter about the background of the person. That is a great background to have, but it doesn't matter. It matters what's in the foreground of the person. Now, I had already did the job, so I should have been a shoe-in for the job. But that again, because the guy that hired him was ex-military as well. But it was politics. So if you get what I'm saying, politics was the reason for that pushing.
No, actually what it was, he was just looking out for another vet.
Well,
because the way you just made it seem like shit. You don't know what dude did in the military. Because you have a military background, that don't mean that makes you qualify for the job.
Exactly.
Your ass, you could be goddamn getting a job for some IT shit and don't know shit about IT work, and in the military, you was a goddamn cook.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying? You fucking peeled motherfucking potatoes.
Yeah.
So that don't mean shit to me.
Yeah, and that's what I said. And I'm not
favoritism. That's that favoritism shit.
Yeah, that's what I do not like. You know, I do not like that. And I understand that people want to look out for their people and stuff like that, but it's always somebody that is perfect for that job. And when you overlook them, you're gonna regret it later.
And then sometimes they like to hire people because they don't have to pay them as much as they're going to pay you. Absolutely. Putting you in that position, he could have been, I don't know him or the situation, he could have been a cheaper rate of getting the same position, you know, whereas they would have probably had to pay you, an extra buck or two, and they probably might not have wanted to do that.
Mm-hmm. But you gotta care about productivity too. If that person is perfect for the job, because you've seen them do it, they've done it in front of you, which is the same thing. You know that productivity is going to be A1 because he know what he's doing. For you to just look out for somebody because, like you said, Chris, you looking out for them because y'all the same whatever, but that's not right. It's not right.
So it's not right. I totally agree with that too, because shit, I look at it like this: if you're qualified for the job and you're already working for the company, you're supposed to promote within.
Right.
Promote within. You don't bring outside help, because outside help really don't know what the fuck's going on, and the person that's already doing the shit gonna be the motherfucker ended up teaching this new fool what the fuck to do.
Right. And a part of job politics, I want to pass this around, okay? A part of the job politics I wanted to talk to you guys about today. Have you ever had, a position like that where you was a shoe-in for a promotion? Somebody came in, got the job, but you ended up training them? Let's start with Monster.
Oh my God. You must have been reading my mind. I had this happen back in the day. Okay, I was at a job where
it's a little echo.
For you to become a tier 2 operator.
You got a little echo going on. What's going on? 3 years.
What's that?
You got a little echo going on, Monster.
I don't hear it.
You don't? My bad. Go ahead, Monster.
My bad. Okay. I pretty much was at a job where to be a tier 2, you had to be there at least 3 years. It was a guy that got hired in, and he was talking about the yearly annual raises they give. And he was like, "Oh, I make such and such." And I know I had to go through hell just to get mine, because they dropped the ball. They had to pay me a whole year of back pay to pay me up, because he said, "You should have been at this level." This guy just started. He ran one machine and he was already making what I make. But that wasn't the killer part. But I confronted them about that. Like, if he make that, y'all owe me and everybody else at this level a whole lot more, because he ain't even been here a year and he make our level. But we had a situation where it came to supervisors. our supervisors were pretty much wiped out. And I was pretty much the guy that I would run my machine and I would walk around the other lines. How y'all doing? Y'all good? I had been on every line. I knew how to fix everything. So they brought in another supervisor, like you were saying. And I had a supervisor that was trying to get me the job. He was showing me the emails he was sending them and everything. They went outside the company, hired 2 people who had no experience. And guess who had to train one of them his first day?
You.
And after his second day, I didn't have to train him no more. Because that second day, the guy that was trying to give me the supervisor position, he was like, "Hey, Joe, how's it working out with such and such?" I pretty much told him, "Hey, they got me training him." They was like, "Are you serious?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm serious. I'm training this guy." He was like, "First of all," that's when he told me he had been setting me up to try and get me the job for months. He was like, "Do you want to train him anymore?" I was like, "No."
Hell no.
I'm like, "I didn't know you was doing all that." He's like, "You come to work, you do your job, you do everything. You walk around half the day because you know your machine is running good." He went in the office on them and blasted them and made me stop training them. And the supervisor to be, he had an attitude with me. I got wrote up 14 times.
Damn.
For following orders.
Bruh.
How in the fuck do you write somebody up for following orders?
That's so much motherfucking paper. You might as well they gave you the whole tree. They cut up the whole tree to write your ass up. Shit. 14?
It was so bad I had to go to somebody else whenever he told me something and make them document it in their own notes.
Hold me a cup too.
Hey,
shit.
Joe did this because such and such told him to do it. That's why I never got suspended. All them write-ups, I never got suspended one day. And I never signed one.
So they was wrong for them write-ups, period.
Yeah. One time they wrote up a whole shift. I didn't sign it. I flipped out on them in the meeting of everybody being wrote up. They said, "Why won't you sign it?" "Why should I get wrote up for the same thing I don't watch you do?" You giving yourself a write-up? And he looked at me, "What are you talking about?"
Hell no.
I know what I see. Y'all said nobody can come through the exit. You came through it. I watched you do it. You and you. And they like, "Well, Joe, we need to talk about." I was like, "No, let's talk about it right now in front of everybody. How are you writing everybody up for the same thing that y'all did?" Oh, we need to have another meeting separately. I'm like, that's a bunch of BS. I'm not signing it. And if y'all suspend me one day, we gonna have a problem.
Yep, don't sign nothing.
So I gotta ask anybody else in the room. Let's go with Terrence. Has it ever been anything of that nature with you?
Well, actually, all right. So 2 things. First of all, 2 of the last 2 instances y'all speaking about. One, like John said, having to train someone that got hired on top of you, and you were speaking about the military getting hired. Well, I'm both of them. Somebody had to train me who was already there, and I was a military person who got in that position. I'm gonna give you the insight on that. So, with that being said, yes, there was a lot of promoting within, but at the same time, even though those guys may have been, what they did, they ran the machines. Those are the guys who they promoted within. This is at a manufacturing plant. Okay. They ran the machines. But what they didn't do was they didn't do any troubleshooting. That's what they hired me as a process technician to do the troubleshooting. If anything malfunctions, we get on the computer, we do the diagnostic, we get the data, we do the calibrations, all of those things. Those guys who were running the machines, They didn't have those capabilities. They didn't let them do that because they didn't feel like they had the capabilities. Now, with that being said, they were promoting from within, from that same position, from running the machines to coming on the other side and working on the computer side of the machine. So with me coming in with prior military experience and never even seeing these machines in my life, you know, if y'all not familiar, I'm gonna tell you it was at Luxottica. I'm not sure if y'all familiar with them, but you know, yeah, Luxottica Cold Blood, and the machines are literally, you know what I'm saying, $100 million machines. You feel me? So, but the guys who were there, they've been there for about 4-5 years, you know, and they know the machines like the back of their hands. But at the same time, the military shit I've been on, that technical shit that I've had to have, that they had to go line by line, word by word, you skip something, somebody dies. They never been in that position. So with the technical knowledge that I have, with the training that I've had, that is what surpasses me past them, with them being at that place, being a shoe-in for the, you know what I'm saying, for the promotion to that job. But instead, they say, hey, with your knowledge, with your background, military background, you can figure this out a lot faster than this guy here can. Possibly, you know. So it's just one of those things that, okay, you gotta, even though you may say the military, you know, yeah, you might have been a cook trying to go over here and tight. Hey, that's okay, understood. You know what I'm saying? But it's different places,
Well, catering to the what we were talking about that, I left out a couple of things. First of all, the guy, he told me, just because I want to give everybody a chance. First of all, he had told me. Now, this is what the boss told me that did the hiring of the ex-military guy, because he was ex-military himself. Now, he told me out of his own mouth, his decision was based on discipline. He said he believed that the vets had more discipline than anybody else. That actually could be true, but like I said, again, when it comes to productivity, wouldn't you want to hire someone who knew what they were doing? Now, where you were saying, it sounded like you had a lot of qualifications for what was presented.
Somewhat, yeah, somewhat.
So you had knowledge of it. So that'll basically be the same thing as me. It's because remember, I was saying that, I had been doing scheduling, for the current job. This isn't just before that job. This is current. So everything that was current as far as scheduling, coming in, doing the job, knowing the job over somebody who has, the same background as the boss, not knowing anything coming in. That's all I was saying. You see what I'm getting at?
Right.
So it's not go ahead. My bad. I'm sorry.
Just like hiring somebody fresh out of college.
Yeah.
They haven't been to no technical school. Don't know the hands-on, but they know the book smart.
Right.
And you're gonna take more time training a supervisor than you will turning a person who know how to do a job into a supervisor. Because all you gotta do is tell him hey, show that guy what you know. And guess what? That's a supervisor position.
There it is.
All right. My bad.
No, you good. You good. It's it's explanations behind everything. And like I said before, it's in order for you to get the cloth to be a whole piece, you have to go down to the needle and thread. If that makes any sense. Right. So since the subject is, I'm gonna ask everybody, since the subject is about job politics and what is favored over one person over another, I like to ask, has anybody been in a position where, and then I'll start with, we'll start with SHAWNTYGIRL. Has anybody been in a position where the pay scale was uneven due to the fact of, a race, a gender, or anything like that? Has the pay scale been different for that? I think we lost Terrence.
Yeah, I was in that position before. I had been doing a job for like 10 years, and someone they hired, like just out of the blue, that wasn't even that didn't even, like y'all was discussing, being proficient in being new to the company, they had already made this person like promoted to a position above me. And they didn't even have the technical skills or knowledge or background. And I actually went to management about it. I brought it up to them and I'm like, why is this person's title past mine? Or why are they making more money than me? I've been working here 10 years. I mean, I started from the bottom. I almost knew like what every department did. And this person is fresh out, like, and they're promoted to a position beyond me. And they claim they did some investigating into it, and I don't even remember what the reason was they came up with. But I did bring it up to them because I felt very like, wow, like y'all would do me like that. But yeah, nothing really even came of it. They ain't do nothing about it. But I ended up being promoted later on down the road anyway to another position. So I didn't even care about it.
But did they have you trainer?
No, this was just another department, and this person had just got hired, and they were like maybe 2 levels below me, and they got promoted to a position above me, but they had only been there like 3 months. I had been there like 10 years, and it just didn't make sense. Like for somebody, you don't even know how this company run.
Like they use you as a workhorse.
Yeah. Of course.
I notice a lot of jobs, they will sit up there. The person that busts their butt does it for 10 years. Oh, don't move them. That's like Old Faithful right there. We'll never get another one of them.
It goes back to politics, people knowing people hiring people they know or feel comfortable with. They claim there's laws. You're not even supposed to be hiring people. You're supposed to be hiring people based off, what they're capable of doing, their experience and stuff. But some of these companies, they don't go by that crap,
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So, Chill, have you, I know that, independent now. Before that, have you had any pay scale differences with any kind of job or based off of color or whatever, gender?
Well, I've never had any pay scale issues. Now, I ran into racial issues.
Oh, well, tell us about it, brother.
I work with this, it's a government, local government job where, you come in, it's kind of a technical job. So we put cameras in the police cars. When the cameras first came out for the police cars to record shit.
That's interesting.
Yeah, we installed all the cameras in the cars and shit like that. So I was real good at doing what I was doing. So, a lot of these guys, being technicians, had their own workstations. So they had, they give you your tools, all that stuff. Well, before I got to the job, some of these guys were already established. But unfortunately, some of these guys weren't very educated either. You know what I mean? So I come in with a little bit more education and knowledge, kind of like what Terrence was talking about a little bit earlier. So I come in a little bit more knowledge, a little bit more background. So the supervisor said, well, this guy knows his stuff. So he gave me brand new workstation, totally, these guys have had their tools for a minute, right? So I got the brand new tools, everything. And because I had all the upgraded stuff, a lot of the guys were already there, kind of looked down. So wait a minute, why is this dude getting all this? So then all of a sudden the N-word started flying around.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, how you'll give a nigger brand new tools and stuff like that? I'm like, oh heck no. So that sparked a whole
right in front of you, huh?
Yeah, like I can hear them talking. It was like side talk.
Oh, okay.
Talks amongst each other. So I heard the N-word flying around. I said, oh hell no. So I don't deal with that, when the N-word starts flying around, especially on the job. That's a whole different ballgame. But I would like to compound on one of the subjects I was talking about when it comes down to promotions.
Absolutely.
Now, when we have promotions, the biggest thing I look at is having a job knowledge, but also the personality. Because everybody can't be a supervisor.
Yes.
You got people that just got shitty ass personalities trying to be a supervisor.
Yes, sir.
And they just not built for the job. But they, I understand, if you like look at seniority and promotions, people should get to hire within. But some people just don't have the personality for that type of job. They'd be like, it's ridiculous.
Chris. The situation I was touching on, I had somebody get promoted, and he's sitting up there. This is another job. He basically is a supervisor of his girlfriend. He would cover his girlfriend going to take 7-8 smoke breaks. And then he'll come to our line and speed it up, trying to get more numbers out. And I'm like, no. You don't go over there and speed things up. You ain't gonna do it over here. It's running how fast it's supposed to go, and that's where it's gonna stay.
That's sickening. I bet you any amount of money that cat that was speeding up that line, I bet you he wasn't helping y'all out with none of that speed, was he?
I put it like this. We had to work overtime 2 hours.
Yeah.
We stayed 2 hours late.
Yeah, I don't think so.
We will be doing all that stuff. And guess what happens at 11 o'clock? He's going to leave. Right at 11 o'clock.
Right on time.
No cleaning up, no nothing.
Try and get us to run the line all the way up until 15 till we need about 20 minutes to clean up. He wanted us to run all the way up until darn near it was 11. I'm like, no. I shut it down. And he'll get mad at me. And he wouldn't have no backbone. And he'll just
go to the uppers.
I need to write him up. That's all he could do. That's all you could do. Only thing you can do that got any stroke is, I'll just have to write you up. I'm like, go right ahead. I'm not scared of a write-up. You want to say something that means something? You jacking this line speed up. You ain't helping us. So go on back in your little cubby hole, sit in your little cave before I really say what I feel.
Chris, you had any pay scale differences at a job where you thought that you deserve more or anything like that?
Shit, job I'm at now.
Tell us about it, brother.
I'm for real, shit. I mean, I drive a box truck right now. And it's like, dude, don't recognize what I bring. I'm from Atlanta. I know everything about this shit. And he paying about almost 9 a week, and that ain't what I want. I want 1,100 for what I do, for what I bring to the table. I have Class A CDL license, never had a fucking ticket, and I have valid medical card, even though I've had cancer. And I'm never late. And, something that you guys said about the military, I'm always on fucking time. Always. You never have a problem about that. Rather being late, because I'm on time.
And see, I choose to be on time too, but that's probably because, I don't like my check being short, but I mean, that is what it is. I'm telling you, man. But on top of what everybody else need out your damn check, Uncle Sam take his portion. So
Yeah, but I mean, shit. Even when motherfuckers late with what I do, hell, your money's still the same. It don't change.
Yeah, they do. At the one job I had, man, they do a tremendous. They want you to show up 15 minutes earlier to be briefed, and then they want you to leave this, the same amount of time because of the time change, the changeover. I'm like, nah, man, this is crazy. So, we couldn't afford to be late because we'll get docked for it, if that makes any sense.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes good sense.
And listen. But job politics, is something that's going to go on. As long as you work for somebody, you're going to have job politics. Until we all become entrepreneurs where we can punch our own clock and stuff like that. As long as you work for somebody, unless that unless you got a really good boss, a really compromisable boss, a really, down to earth boss, you always gonna have some job politics. I hate that with a passion. Where we at right now, Chris?
49. About 11 minutes.
All right. So we're gonna end the show, but before we end the show, I want to see if everybody. We always end with reflections and going forth. Well, what you're going to do as far as the development of this certain show, which is job politics. What do you plan on doing from here to make your situation better? Let's start with Monster. Are you happy in the position that you in now? Things are better, and what's your reflection?
Well, currently where I'm at, I'm very happy where I'm at. I went through a crappy situation. They got me out through some fugazi, but at the end, I'm laughing. And a year from now, I'm going to be laughing even more because while they thinking they played me, I played them because I'm the one that's making more money.
There it is.
And as far as my main reflection, I'm never going to let nobody, and this is a fact, I'll never let nobody play me like I'm a second-class employee when I'm the one doing all the work.
There it
is.
You
want your worth? Pay me. You want to play me? Fuck you. I'm not going to work hard. I'll chill.
Chill. Is there any reflections? I know you self-employed, brother, but do you have any reflections on what's different from now from then when you were working for somebody?
Well, I can say this, based on the stuff y'all talking about. That's why I say goodbye to the job market and do my own thing because I can get up when I want to get up. I can go to bed whatever time I want to go to bed. Whatever I want to do, I could do. And so it's been pretty fun doing that for quite a while. I can say that as an entrepreneur. So if you are, I can say for all the people in the panel or anybody else that if you're looking to get into a market where you can work for yourself, be an entrepreneur, just reach out to me, and I can help you out, so to speak. Absolutely. I can get you to easily 6 figures with no problems. Oh yeah. So just reach out and I can put you in the right direction. Because I am the boss. So. But as far as any jobs that will come into play, I don't do any. It's not like a bossy type of situation. I give you the tools to do your thing.
Right.
As long as you don't break no rules, you good to go.
That's basic ethics of working any kind of job, either whether it be for yourself or somebody else. Correct.
Yep.
All right, SHAWNTYGIRL. Any kind of reflections on any kind of way you feel about what position you in as far as your employment or employment you might have? Is anything different or going to be different going forward?
Well, right now, I think I'm pretty much happy with what I'm doing. I did get a promotion like 3 months ago. I feel like I'm making what I want to make a little bit more now. Even though I would like more, but just staying focused and moving forward, not focusing on the past. The past is behind me and just, staying focused on my goals. I eventually do want to own my own business. I'm happy. What was his name? Chill was talking about, just being your own boss. Hopefully that is a goal I can get to one day. But just moving forward. And move from the negativity and the haters and whatever issues going on at work. Stay focused on your own business and what you're trying to do in life.
All right.
I like that.
All right, Christopher. Bloody bad for you. Any kind of reflections going forward of any jobs you ever had in the past or the one you got now that you really, really either happy with the position you in or would change?
Oh, trust me, I am definitely looking to change my position and my job status. This shit here is just some temporary shit. Mm-hmm. Like I said, I'm going through some shit right now. So once I'm finished with this shit, then I'm changing everything. Mr. Billy gonna help me change some shit. Cause I need to work for me.
We all with you, brother.
You know,
I mean that from the bottom of my heart. We with you, brother. All right?
I need to work for me. Yes, sir.
As far as I go, I recently got a promotion as well. I'm happy with the promotion, but there's only one thing I gotta say about it, and that is simply this: I don't even really feel like I had a promotion. I mean, that I got one. I'm sorry. You know why? Because I've always been doing the same things that I've been promoted to. I've always been doing that. Just now I got the title and the increase in pay. That is not to say that I'm not grateful, but all I'm saying is nothing has changed as far as my performance. So I'm doing the same things. I'm training people. I'm doing. Hey, I'm filling in. I'm doing all the things that that the supervisor was supposed to be doing. I'm glad for the promotion, but it doesn't feel different because I've been doing the same things since I was a regular employee. I want to thank everybody for coming out today. Monster, Chill, Christopher, and the new Shawnee girl. Unfortunately, Terrence, had to leave, but he's a new person that we greatly appreciate coming on the show. And I'm going to put his name in the credits, and also Shawnee Girl. So, Monster, say your famous line, man, so we can bring it on home.
And if you like that, like, share, and subscribe, and keep watching, and we'll be right back with another episode.
All right, y'all. Y'all take care now. We're going to sign off.
All right.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.